People of God, I want to tell you, learn to see the blessing. Learn to see the blessing in in folk um, dismissing themselves, right? Learn to see the blessing in that. Learn to discern the blessing in that, in folk dismissing themselves. Remember how I always used to say, time reveals everything. Time reveals everything. You understand? If you could just be patient, love yourself enough to be patient and not let folk run up in your life and deal with you how they want to deal with you or get from you what they want to get from you. Love yourself enough to be patient and examine folk to see the purpose that folk could play in your life, or you could play in folks' life. What are they coming to give you? What is it that's inside of you that you are supposed to, if you are supposed to give to them, right? The Bible said, cast not your pearls before swine, because they'll trample over them, then they'll hate you in the end. And we've all made the mistakes. If you got a genuine, pure heart, people in the world with evil hearts is people in the world with good hearts. Wherever there's a yin, there's a yang. Whatever there's a positive, there's a negative. Whatever there's light, there is darkness. That's why it's written, every time I try to do good, evil is always present. So if you got a good heart, you've made mistakes before of maybe putting yourself out there, or letting the wrong people in too close. But you can take your time. Like my grandma used to say, you got to ease your hand. You got to ease your hand out of the lion's mouth, right? And when you recognize that and you begin to ease your hand out of the lion's mouth, then you be wise. You don't make the same mistake. But learn also the blessing in being able to discern when folk leave your life, because sometimes folk will leave your life because they see that you ain't who they thought you was. And that could be a really good thing, because some people think you something to play with. Some people will come into your life and think they can play with you and pull you off your game. They see what you're doing, they see what you're about, and they see that you might be rocking with God. They want to test you. Oh, he ain't that strong, she ain't that strong. Let me dangle this at them. Let me give them this offer. Let me put this in their face. Let me see if I can seduce them a little bit. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? There's some people that will come into your life and they will leave your life just as quick as they come, because they see you ain't who they thought you was. You ain't nothing to be played with. It's a blessing in that. Learn to recognize the blessing when folk begin to flee. The Bible say a righteous, the wicked flee when the righteous are bold as a lion, but the wicked flee when no one pursues. They cowards. When they see you real, you don't just talk that talk, you walk it. I'm not saying you perfect. Everybody ain't perfect, but at the end of the day, you gonna know the people that come into your life, and you can deal. They can help you unpack things and work with you, help you just be better, right? With your good and your bad. Those are people that you can let your guards down a little bit. They gonna help you with your good, your bad, your ugly, because they tied to your purpose, and you working on the same thing. They ain't trying to pull you down. You ain't trying to pull them down. They want to see you do good. You can see them at their worst, and they can trust you to see them at their worst, because they know you're not going to try to exploit them. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to try to get nothing from them, and they know where your heart at. They be able to discern you for who you really are. But there are some folk who you got to recognize the blessing in them leaving your life, because now they come into your life. You ain't let your guards down fast enough, or you was able to see them for who they really was, so they running like a chicken. You understand? They running like a little coward, because they see you ain't nothing to be played with. So learn to recognize the blessing when certain folk leave your life. Learn to discern the blessing in that. That means you strong. That strength, that power on you. Especially you ain't really had to do nothing to them. You just see that, dang, they fell off quick. Dang, they were giving me praise. This person was giving me praise. This person was saying how God put them in my life. See, people lie on God too. I'm telling you, people will lie on God too. You will see them now. People lie on God now. Quicker they come, quicker you turn around. Wait a minute, they say God has sent them. You say God sent you, right? Where you at? The wicked flee when nobody pursuing. You ain't ran them off. They gone. That anointing, that fire, baby. Learn to discern the blessing in that. You something. You ain't nothing to be playing with. You growing. You elevating. You ain't new to this. You true to this. Let's go. Let's get it.